Welcome back. Today we're flipping the script on something society tells you is your baggage, your divorce. Everyone talks about your divorce like it's this scarlet letter you have to carry into dating, like you're damaged goods or starting over at a disadvantage. But what if I told you that's completely wrong? What if your divorce is actually the secret weapon that's going to help you find the healthiest, most authentic love of your life? I'm Patty Martin Ware, and in the next minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to turn your divorce into your biggest dating advantage. Let's dive in. Welcome to All About Dating, the podcast where faith meets love and healing opens the doors to your heart's deepest desire. I am Patty Martin Guerra, your host and life coach, and I'm here to guide you on a transformative journey. Whether you're navigating the world of dating apps, healing from past relationships, or ready to manifest the love you truly deserve, this is your safe place to grow, heal, and discover your divine worth. Each week, we'll explore practical strategies for authentic dating, dive deep into healing past traumas, and align your heart with God's beautiful plan for your love life. Because, sister, you deserve nothing less than extraordinary love. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a future." So open your heart and let's discover how to date with divine purpose. Divorced women have something that women who've never been married don't have: the experience, the wisdom, the zero tolerance. You've been through the fire. You know what a relationship looks like from the inside: the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that makes you dangerous in the best possible way. Think about it. You know what you don't want. While other women are still figuring out red flags, you can spot them a mile away. The guy who love bombed you on date one, you know that playbook already. The one who can communicate, been there, divorce that. You know your non-negotiables. You're not out here trying to build a relationship on butterflies and potential. You know what actually matters: respect, communication, emotional availability, shared values. And you're not looking for someone to complete you because you already done the work of becoming whole. You don't need a man to validate your existence. You want a partner who adds to your already full life. So here's what happened in your marriage that was actually a gift. You learned, you evolved, you discovered parts of yourself you didn't know existed. Maybe you learned you're stronger than you thought, that you can survive what you thought would break you. Maybe you learned what happens when you ignore red flags or sacrifice yourself for someone else's comfort. Maybe you learned that settling is actually more painful than being alone. All of that's not baggage. That's called wisdom. While other women are still making rookie mistakes, you're playing chess. You've already learned the hard lessons. Now you get to date from a place of clarity and not confusion. Now you get to date from a place of clarity, not confusion. Your divorce didn't break you, it refined you. And the right man, he is going to recognize that immediately. So let's talk about the mental game, because here's where most divorced women trip themselves up. They date from a place of lack instead of abundance. They walk into dating thinking, I'm divorced, so I'm less desirable. I'm damaged goods. I need to prove I'm worth loving again. So I'm going to tell you, stop right there. That energy, that's what's keeping you stuck, not your divorce. Here's the mindset shift you need to make. Your divorce is your filter, not your flaw. Every time you mention your divorce and a guy gets weird about it, congratulations, you just saved yourself 6 months. Because a man who sees your divorce as a problem is a man who can't handle a woman with life experience, is intimidated by a woman who knows what she wants, and isn't emotionally mature enough for you anyways. The right man doesn't see your divorce as baggage. He sees it as proof that you have courage to walk away from what's not working, that you know what you want and you won't tolerate anything less, and that you are capable of deep commitment. You're literally committed to marriage, and that you are brave enough to start over. Yes, you're single again, but you're not the same woman you were before marriage. Now you're more confident in who you are, clearer about boundaries, better at spotting incompatibility early, less willing to ignore your gut, more comfortable being alone, which means you won't settle. That's not starting from zero. That's starting from level 10. When you own your divorce, when you talk about it without shame or bitterness, you become magnetic. Not because men love drama, but because confidence is attractive. When you can say, I was married, it didn't work, I learned a lot, and now I'm here without flinching, that shows emotional maturity. When you can acknowledge what went wrong without trash talking your ex, that shows you've done the inner work. When you can laugh about your lessons learned, that shows resilience. All of these qualities, they're relationship gold. All right, let's get tactical. How do you actually leverage your divorce in dating? Well, you've already been in a relationship that didn't work. You don't have time to waste on maybes. On date 1, you're allowed to ask real questions. What are you looking for? How do you handle conflict? What did you learn from your last relationship? Other women might feel like they're being too intense or scaring men away. You know that the right man will appreciate your directness, and the wrong one will weed himself out. When it comes up, and it will, don't hide it or minimize it. Instead, yeah, I was married, but it didn't work out. Anyway, moving on. Try, I was married for X years. It taught me a lot about myself and what I need in a partnership. I'm grateful for the experience and excited to apply those lessons moving forward. See the difference? One's apologetic, the other one's confident. You know what you won't tolerate because you've already tolerated it once, said never again. Someone who doesn't text back, you're not chasing. Someone who's emotionally unavailable, you see it and you're out. Someone who wants to keep things casual when you want commitment, you're clear and you walk. This isn't being picky. This is being wise. And the beautiful thing, when you have strong boundaries, you attract men who respect them. The hardest thing you can do in dating after divorce is prove you've healed. This means you can talk about your ex without venom. You take responsibility for your part in marriage ending. You're not using dating to fill a void. You're genuinely happy, single, and open to partnership. When a man sees you're whole, not broken, so he doesn't see you as a project. He sees you as a prize. Here's your unfair advantage. You've already had the wedding. You've already had the marriage. You don't need those things to feel valid. So when you date, you're not auditioning for the role of wife. You're interviewing candidates for the role of partner. That shifts in energy. That shift in energy, it changes everything. You become choosy, not needy. Confident, not desperate. And that is what attracts high quality men. And if you need a reminder of where your worth comes from, remember Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Your divorce wasn't the end of your story. It was the closing of one chapter so a better one could begin. God's plans for you include hope and a future, including the love you deserve. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. Dating after divorce isn't always easy. There will be moments when you feel vulnerable, moments when fear of getting hurt creeps in. But here's what I want you to remember. You survived your divorce. You can survive anything with God by your side. The worst already happened. Your marriage ended. Your life as you knew, it fell apart. And you're still here, still standing, still willing to open your heart again. That's not weakness. That's courage. There's a reason Isaiah 43:18-19 speaks so powerfully to this moment. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? God is literally doing a new thing in your life right now. Your past, including your marriage, doesn't define your future. This is your season of newness, of fresh starts, of becoming who you were always meant to be. And the man who's worthy of you, he's going to see that courage and be in awe of it. Your divorce didn't diminish you. It freed you. It freed you from settling. It freed you from pretending. It freed you from living a life that wasn't aligned with who you really are. And now you get to build up something better, something real, something that actually fits. Not because you need it, but because you want it. And you know the difference between two things now. That's your advantage. So next time someone asks about your divorce, don't shrink. Don't apologize. stand tall and say, it was one of the hardest and most transformative experiences of my life. And I wouldn't be the woman I am today without it. Because you, my dear, are not a woman with baggage. You're a woman with a story, with wisdom, with standards. And you're about to find love that reflects all of that back to you. If you're a divorced Christian woman who's tired of feeling like damaged goods or wondering if all the good men are taken, I need you to listen up. You're not broken. You're not too old. You didn't miss your chance. But here's the truth. Winging it at dating after divorce, that's how you end up repeating the same painful patterns. Inside my membership, Christian Dating After Divorce, you'll get proven vetting framework to recognize red flags early, weekly coaching calls to work through real dating situations, and a community of women who actually get what you're going through. Now, we're not here to discuss religion or debate theology. This is about practical dating guidance rooted in faith and values. No more settling out of fear. No more ignoring your gut. No more giving your heart away to men who haven't earned it. Right now, I'm looking for a few founding members to lock in 50% off for life, even when the price goes up. And with everything this membership offers, the price will go up soon. Ready to stop guessing and start dating with confidence? Because you deserve a love that honors you, and it's time to believe that's possible. I will have a link to the show notes for you to reach out to me for more information, but please do it as soon as possible before this offer closes. Before we go, let's recap on major points of this episode. Your divorce gave you something priceless: wisdom, clarity, and zero tolerance for what you don't want. That's not baggage. That is your superpower. Second, shift your mindset from I'm damaged to I'm refined. You're not starting over. You're starting from a place of experience and strength. Third, use your divorce as a filter. The right man will see your past as proof of your courage and depth, not as a red flag. Fourth, date with boundaries and standards. You know what you don't want, so you can be clear about what you do want without an apology. And number 5, you survive the end of a marriage. That makes you brave, resilient, and ready for love that actually deserves you. Your divorce isn't holding you back. It's propelling you forward. Now get out there and show the dating world what kind of a woman who knows her worth looks like. Thanks for listening. Until next time, blessings. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of All About Dating. Remember, your healing is holy work, your standards are sacred, and your love story has already been written by God Almighty. Before you go, please take a moment to reflect on today's message. How is God calling you to show up differently in your dating life? What healing work is He inviting you to embrace? If today's episode touched your heart, please share it with your sister who needs to hear this message. Together, we're creating a community of women who refuse to settle for nothing less than what she deserves. Be a blessing to me and leave me a review to help me reach more women around the world. Until next time, keep dating with purpose, healing with grace, and trusting in God's perfect timing for your love story. This is Patty Martin Guerra reminding you, you are loved, you are worthy, and your happily ever after, it's on its way. Blessings and love.